Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3:15 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Yeah, things are a little disrupted this morning. I got a video that I'm working on right now. I want to share. It's a recovery video. There's so many things that happened to me during my two and a half decades of using that I things are still coming back to me. And there was a period where I was being surveilled by the Connecticut statewide narcotics task force, and I actually accidentally stumbled across a policeman hiding with binoculars, trailing me. And I'm going to tell you about that in the next video. I swear to God, I had forgotten all about this, and I even have a diagram here. You guys got to check this video out. But the purpose is that my life is so much better now. That's what the purpose of the video is. I'm not saying, wow, that was really cool, because it wasn't. All right, the purpose of this video. All right, this morning, while I was making this video, I came across another story that supposedly, and this is in USA Today, this is New York Post, that supposedly the CITI-BIKE Karen episode was wrongly viewed. Okay, if you go back about, I don't know, I think it was 6 days ago, I did a video about the CITI-BIKE Karen, the white woman that was fighting with a group of black teenagers or black young men over a electric bike, an e-bike in New York City. And now, apparently, I'll have the link down below so you could read the stories yourself. Her lawyer has come forward and he has receipts, he says, that she actually paid for that e-bike. And then, like in USA Today, it takes people like me to task. Like, you shouldn't assume things. You know, when people when it's the media that put out this story in the first place, it gets everybody all hyped up. And now read the article, especially in USA Today. I got ticked off just reading it. You know, and then they listed a bunch of other stories that turned out to be fake from, like, you know, the last 10 years. You know, it's like, oh, here's a lesson learned. You shouldn't, sometimes things aren't what they appear. You shouldn't judge people. Well, you know what? Bull. I call bull. I call it the second day in a row. I call bull. And this is, you know what? Like, I'm going to say this again, and you guys could take me to task for this, but I know what I saw. I've said this before. You know, I had 2.5 decades of dealing with people that were liars, that were manipulators, and I consider myself a good judge of character. I know what I see with my own eyes. And I watched that video another 5 times, that CITI-BIKE. I'll put the link down below so you can watch it if you're not familiar with this, the CITI-BIKE Karen video. And I watched it again. And I'm not backing down. I'm not apologizing for my video, and I'm not backing down off the story, because I know what I saw with my eyes. I watched that video again, and I watch Karen and the way she's going, help me, you know, her actions. What I see, maybe they both had there was a mix-up. That's if the lawyer is being truthful, her lawyer is being truthful, then it was a mix-up. And the intelligent thing for them to do would be like the Karen should just presented and showed her receipt. Everybody should just calm down for a second, and here's my receipt. Where's your receipt? There's your receipt. Okay. You know, and figure it out from there. And first of all, we're talking about, what's this, like $5 or $10? The thing is, though, once this bike gets taken, the person that it's registered to is responsible for it. And these bikes can go for a couple $1,000s. So I could see how somebody would get upset. But I know what I saw in that in her actions. And I'm not apologizing for anything I said in the previous video. What I saw was a woman yelling help, and you could see the smirk on her face when she was, you know, she's going, please help me, please. And then the fake tears, you know, she's like this, and there's no tears. It was blatantly fake. And like I said, I'm not apologizing for this, because I still think this, maybe she did have a receipt, but her actions there, what I saw in my judgment, was a white woman intentionally trying to get attention. Maybe it was a valid case, but what she was using their color, regardless if she had a receipt or not. That's what I saw with my own eyes. You know, the way she said it in that smirking tone. And then what about the you're hurting my fetus thing? You know, she's leaning into that guy's arm. First of all, she doesn't look pregnant, but that doesn't mean she's not pregnant. I'm not questioning that. But she's the one leaning into this guy and fighting with a guy. If she's so concerned about her fetus, why is she fighting over a $5 e-bike? You know, and then the way she turns around and she all of a sudden she just gives up the argument. I know what I saw, and I'm not apologizing for it. My judgment still stands, regardless if she has a receipt for this bike or not. She was using these black men's colors against them to win her argument. That's what I saw, and I'm not apologizing for it. My judgment still stands. She's a Karen. She's a racist Karen. That's my judgment. Let me know. I really want to read the comments and know what you guys think on this. Stay tuned for my next video. When I was being surveilled by the statewide narcotics task force. That video's coming up in a few minutes.